Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers, and we are working on Module 11, a sci-fi weapon. So we need to do a couple things. I need you to go into Module 11 and download the laser gun reference and place it in your source images folder. Okay. But before we do that, I guess you have to have a source images folder to put it in. So let's go to File, and let's go to Project Window, and we're going to create a new project. You will probably want to go into Location and click on New. And we're going to call this Annie 150 underscore Module 10. Oh, excuse me, Module 11. And this is going to be, just call it weapon. There we go. And so where do we want to place it? You can put it on your hard drive if you like, or you can put it in on your C drive of your computer at home. Most of us are working on our hard drive, so you have to go in here and then go to My Computer. You can find your hard drive here. I'm going to go ahead and use and actually bring this into my projects folder for Maya. So I'm just going to highlight that and select it, and I'm going to go ahead and add this and click on accept. That'll create all the folders. Then I'm going to copy and paste. After you download, you have to unzip the folder of the reference. You'll have a reference image that you can use. There it is, Annie 50 Module 11 and source images, and I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the laser weapon reference, and it looks like this. This is what we're going to be creating, and we're going to go to the front view, and we're going to go to view, image plane, import image. Of course, you guys can pause the video if I'm going too fast, and then follow it. So I'm going to click on the taser weapon. Here we go. We got it facing the wrong way. I always like to model so the weapon is facing the left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. I can go into perspective here, and I'm going to double click on this and get this set up to where it will snap, step, and I'm going to click on relative, and I'm going to do 45 degrees, and I'm going to rotate that just around like that. Sometimes it doesn't work right away. There we go. That way I don't have to keep plugging things in. And I'm going to move it away from on the grid there, back. So -Z. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and place that up into position, so the very bottom of this is on top. And I'm also going to create grid marks that the only part that I'm really going to see is the center. So I want these to be a little lighter. So I'm going to go in here to display grid, go into the option box there. And the axes I want to be black. And grid lines and numbers, of course, let's go a lighter gray. Now if I go too light, it will blend in with the background. So I have to be careful with that. Let's see if this looks better though. All right, so I can see the black grid much better. So I'm just going to leave it as is. And after a while, we're just going to turn that off, because I really don't need to see the grid at all. And if we do, we can always bring it back. Okay. So I'm going to go to show, and I'm going to go to viewport. I'm going to go all the way down to click off the grid. So we have a nice clean area here. I'm going to add my reference to a layer. So I'm going to click on the selected object. So create a new object layer. So that turns it on and off. I'm going to double click on it and call this reference, or REF. Okay. And we are ready to rock and roll. In the next video, we'll go ahead and get started, and we're going to be just using the front view, mainly the front and the perspective view, to get this model going. A lot of times I'll do a split screen, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So it just depends on how you want to work. If you don't mind going back and forth between perspective, or you can do a split screen. So you can go to panels and you can go through panel layouts. Okay, so you can do 2 planes side by side. You can do 2 planes stacked. But since we have an HD formatted monitor, I'm going to go 2 panes side by side. That way I can see my perspective and see how I'm modeling. I'm going to kind of get a 3/4 perspective here with the camera, and then I can work and I can just move this over just a little bit because we want to keep this as large as we can. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more there so we can see what we're modeling, because I want to get the thickness correct as well as I'm modeling. So in the next video, we'll go ahead and get modeling started. You need to save your project and save it as maybe Taser gun start, and I will see you in the next video.